we're overdue for a recession. The only reason it hasn't happened is because of artificially inflated prices in the stock market as a result of inflation. So what we're seeing right now is there are huge fundamental pressures on Bitcoin that in the short term are causing FUD and making people be scared, but in the long run,
Hey, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin, here with fundamental and technical crypto analyst, Crypto Jebb. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much, Austin. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely, man. And one big change from the last time we had you on our channel is you're a married man now.
I am a very happily married man. I got married on March 5th. I got the ring right there. My wife's actually with me here in the office today. So pretty cool. I'm very blessed. Thank you.
Yes, dude. Congratulations. That's awesome. Let me ask you this. What's more immutable, do you think? The Bitcoin network or the love you have for your new wife?
Definitely love for my new wife. Bitcoin, the end of the world could happen and Bitcoin would go away, but the latter never would.
I love that.
I love that question. Thank you.
Anyway, man, let's jump right in there. I feel like there's so much uncertainty in the market right now, global markets and crypto markets. So I wanted your take. Generally speaking, what are your thoughts on the crypto market right now in 2022?
I think it's driven by boredom at the moment. There's a lot of fundamentals that continue to grow. You see valuation coming off of exchange. We saw over $1 billion come off exchange in one day recently. I believe in March, we saw $2.5 billion come off of exchange. The long-term hodler ratio is up over 80%, if I remember correctly. That means people are holding Bitcoin at record levels. They're not trying to keep it on exchange so they can sell it quickly. They're holding it for the long run. You're seeing institutions step into the space. You have Do Kwon at Luna buying over $2 billion worth of Bitcoin in the last couple of months. You see they're trying to get $10 billion. There's so much buying pressure going on the institutional level right now. But one of the concerns that you have is that when institutions buy Bitcoin, oftentimes they're buying so much Bitcoin that they don't want to buy it on exchanges, because if they were to buy up the order books on exchanges, they wouldn't get the same price for all of the Bitcoin that they purchased. So what they're doing is that they're buying over the counter, where one institution buys from another institution. It's not logged on an order book, so it doesn't affect the price. So you have Bitcoin volume going on that's not actually changing the price of Bitcoin. And so when you see that happening, you're not seeing all of the buying pressure actually affecting the price of Bitcoin, because the retail and the people trading, maybe less than 100 Bitcoin or so on exchanges are the ones that are actually moving the price action of Bitcoin. And that just has an impact on the market, because right now, the institutions are very interesting. They're accumulating Bitcoin. They're taking supply out of circulating supply. They're reducing the liquidity. But the retail is very bored right now because the price has been sideways for 4 months. So that they're not buying up the market. What we need to see happen is we need to see some kind of bullish catalytic event. I think getting above $50,000 would do that. A Bitcoin spot ETF being approved in the United States would do that. A lot more regulatory clarity would do that. And subscribing to the Altcoin Daily channel just might do it too. So make sure you do that.
I love it, Crypto Jebb. I love that.
Had to sneak it in there.
Nice, dude. Now it sounds like all these big events, that's more of a long-term thing. Like, maybe at the end of the year, an ETF would get approved. What's your view for the crypto market short term? I only ask because it seems like many people are saying hey, a recession is very possible. Jet to GDP is insane. It's like, what's happening global markets right now? Do you think about that?
Oh, absolutely. Global markets are a disaster at the moment. You have the number one currency in the world, the United States dollar, getting completely debased right now. The funny thing is, the US dollar is the winner among fiat currencies, and it's down 99% in the last 99 years. That tells you something right there about the monetary standard that we're on. We also have the largest conflict on the European continent that we've seen in 75 years, which is a horrible travesty that is having huge impacts on supply chain logistics. My chief operating officer, his family owns a bread company based out of Puerto Rico. They're in stores all over the United States. They're running into gigantic supply chain issues because people don't know this. Ukraine's one of the largest wheat producers in the world, so they're having issues. Things like that. There are major implications for the lockdowns that we saw 2 years ago, for the printing that we saw 2 years ago, for the conflicts that we see right now. These are having huge impacts on the crypto markets, and crypto is not as small as it was 5 years ago. It's not in a bubble anymore. So when you see gas prices hitting $4.23, and when you see lumber up 250%. You see steel massively going up. I have different chief executive officers that run other construction companies around me. They bought work trucks 3 years ago, put 100,000 miles on them, and they're selling them at a profit right now because the economy is so messed up. So we're overdue for a recession. The only reason it hasn't happened is because of artificially inflated prices in the stock market as a result of inflation. So what we're seeing right now is there are huge fundamental pressures on Bitcoin that in the short term are causing FUD and making people be scared, but in the long run actually stand to validate why Bitcoin exists in the first place. And that is when you start messing with the value of a currency by changing its supply, it only ever leads somewhere bad. Ask the Romans that, who clipped their coins. Ask the Maori people who had a massive influx of their currency come in and destroy their economy. Ask West Africans when they were trading agri-beads and that got inflated by the Portuguese and the Spanish. Ask any nation, any culture in the history of mankind that has debased their currency or had it debased by an outside force, it has led to the destruction of their society in the long term. Bitcoin is a force of nature that makes that physically impossible. Keep your eyes on the prize on that, in my opinion.
Hey, what's the name of the bread company your teammate owns?
I actually, maybe I'm a bad friend, but I actually don't know the name of the bread company.
I wanted to rally the audience and we can all go get a slice.
We should do that. I'll post it in the comments down below this video. That's what I'll do. How about that?
Okay, awesome. And by the way, links to Crypto Jebb's YouTube channel, Twitter, down below in the video description as well.
Thank you.
Before we talk, sort of more long-term, I just want to give the audience both sides of the Bitcoin. Finish this sentence. If the cryptocurrency market crashes, it will be because of what?
If the cryptocurrency market crashes, it will be because people forgot why Bitcoin existed in the first place. Bitcoin was not designed to make you rich. It was designed to make you free. It was designed to make you sovereign, and it was designed to put the control of financial systems back in our hands, not the hands of the central banks and the central authorities who run the currency. That's why Bitcoin was created. So when people sell their Bitcoin, the reason that they're doing that is either one, they're spending it on goods and services, which is great. That's an economic factor, but that's normally not why people sell their Bitcoin. People normally sell their Bitcoin because they forgot the reason Bitcoin was made in the first place. Bitcoin was not made to go up and to the right for 3 months and rally 120% so that we can buy a Lamborghini. That's not why Bitcoin was created at all. Make no mistake, there's plenty of cryptos that were made for the purpose of it go up, but that's not why Bitcoin was made. Bitcoin was made to bring into the internet the simple concept of scarcity that exists in the physical world but doesn't exist in the digital world. When you do that, you're able to build a scarce currency such as Bitcoin, among other things such as NFTs. But when people sell their Bitcoin and when we see major drops, it's because they got bored because the market was trading sideways and they weren't getting the gains that they wanted in the time that they demanded. And so they sold their Bitcoin because they forgot the big picture. That's why it always has to go back to the big picture. As far as the short term, look, Bitcoin is in a defined trend right now. I talk about the trend is your friend until it ends. In the first world, anyway, we have a concept in the court system called innocent until proven guilty. You're innocent, and somebody has to prove that you're not innocent. You're not guilty, and then somebody has to prove that you're innocent. In crypto, we're in a downtrend, and somebody has to prove that we're in an uptrend. Or we're in an uptrend, and somebody has to prove that we're in a downtrend. Right now, we're in a sideways trend, and I'm waiting to be proven that we're in an uptrend or a downtrend. So I'm going to stick with the trend because it's my friend until the end, which is we're trading sideways, and I can't tell you how long that's going to go. What I can tell you is that if it drops and goes into a downtrend, it's because people forgot the reason Bitcoin was created. And if it goes into a major uptrend, it's because, one, people remembered that, and two, there was some catalytic event to bring new money into the space.
I love that. I love that perspective. Has your strategy changed at all in a sideways market? I guess have your USDC position increased, your Bitcoin position increased. Also, I do want to give a big shout out to sponsor of the channel, the FTX app. Buy, sell, trade cryptocurrency for literally 0 fees and use promo code Altcoin Daily for a special promotion for you. So link down below, check out the FTX app. And what are you doing?
So I hold crypto, and if I have a very similar strategy to Michael Saylor. I interviewed Michael Saylor recently, very, very, very big advocate for Bitcoin. And his strategy is, I found money, buy Bitcoin. That's literally MicroStrategy's whole MO. They talk about, the way that we buy our Bitcoin is we find money and then we buy Bitcoin. We don't try and time the market. If I have money sitting on the sidelines that I think I could put into Bitcoin, I do that. So my strategy has been the exact same the entire time. I try my best not to time the market too much. Now, if I see a good opportunity, like I saw in 2020 in March when Bitcoin dropped from, $7,000 to $3,800, it dropped 50% in a day. I bought in around $4,500 after I saw the bounce was coming in, and I took advantage of the opportunity. But pretty much, if I see an opportunity to buy Bitcoin and I think I'm overexposed in US dollars, which at the moment I wouldn't say I am, so I have a lot of my net worth in crypto, so I'm not currently buying, then I would go ahead and buy more Bitcoin. I already have, 65, 70% of my entire net worth in cryptocurrency, and the majority of what's not in cryptocurrency is in the operating accounts in our company because, we have 13 employees, 8 contractors, and a new product launching. So there's a lot of needs for cash, but I already have a lot of money in crypto. So my strategy has and always will be make sure that I have enough crypto and buy it whenever you see a good deal.
What's your new product?
Well, we actually just launched something called Club DeFi, which is a product to do, it is an educational product where we teach the world about cryptocurrencies and everything. I specialize in technical analysis, so I'm one of the instructors there. I teach about technical analysis. Many of the other people from our team teach in their specialties in trading, investing. We want to get into mining. We've been doing education with something called the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy for over 4 years now, but Club DeFi, we've just spent the last year and a half and several $100,000 developing, and on launch day, we opened up only 200 seats in beta. We had 500 seats get signed up for within 45 minutes, and we've had 5,000 people try to sign up for the closed beta since we started. So this thing's about to get huge. So clubdefi.com, check it out. It's not fully up right now. It's in a closed beta, but it's coming.
Whoa, dude, I will definitely check it out. That's awesome.
Thank you, Austin. I appreciate that.
Hey, final few questions. Just because I have you here, I want to pick your brain. Give me 2 or 3 altcoins that you personally still have your eye on. And don't give me I know Cardano's one, so let's pretend Cardano's already out there. Something besides like the top 6 or whatever.
All right. Yeah, good one. A very good project is Chainlink. That's one that gets talked about quite a bit. I'm Link Marine. Chainlink is a very powerful protocol. It brings on on-chain, it brings on off-chain data on-chain, and a lot of DEXs wouldn't really work without it. It's something called an Oracle. So if you're trying to find layer 2s, I personally think Chainlink is a great project. I actually just finished recording a video right like 8 minutes before I got on with you about Terra Luna, about Luna. Do Kwon's trying to buy $10 billion worth of Bitcoin, create the first Bitcoin-backed stablecoin. We have stable coins like Tether and USDC. They're supposedly backed by US dollars, and there's different auditing that goes on. But frankly, even if they are fully backed by US dollars, they're still backed by the wrong thing, because isn't the whole point of cryptocurrency to get away from a dollar standard and get back to a Bitcoin standard? So I love what Luna is doing. They're currently, at last check, sitting on $1.83 billion worth of Bitcoin. 42,520 Bitcoin is what they're sitting on right now. So that's a very powerful project, and I do think that they're going to do very well. I think another one that gets overshadowed quite a lot is Polkadot. I think Polkadot is, everybody's competing in the layer 1 and layer 2 space. Nobody's really competing in the layer 0 space, the interoperability space. So I think Polkadot's going to be kind of a winner take all, just because I think it's going to win by default. That's not to say it's not a great project, but it is. But so those are 3 that I don't think get enough attention personally. Avalanche too, by the way. Avalanche is a great project with their side chains.
And I know Polkadot does brand themselves as layer 0. They'll be the ones that the layer 1s plug into. Yep. But in essence, aren't they just like layer 1?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can argue that they're layer 1. They're a layer 1 that build a network of layer 1s. So when the internet was being built, there were different protocols, there were different communication methods, and then you had to have other technology that integrated those. So Polkadot's trying to do something similar.
Crypto Jebb, thank you for sharing your time with me on our channel today. Links for you are down below. Final thoughts about this crypto market for the Altcoin Daily audience.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, you and your brother have been in the space for a very long time. Many of our friends here on YouTube have been in the space for a very long time. I've been in the space for almost 5 years. I got in July 31st, 2017. Every single person who's been here for as long as we have will tell you the exact same thing. Bitcoin will trade sideways for 3 months sometimes. It'll go down for 3 months sometimes. It might go down for a year and a half sometimes. But if you wait 10 years, it's going to go up, and it's going to go up big time. So if you've been here for 3-6 months, I would encourage you to lean on the common wisdom that everyone who's been here for half a decade will share with you. I can't think of a single person that will disagree with this, because it's just fact. If you give it 5 years, you're going to make a lot of money, and you're going to be in the green. And frankly, it's my opinion, but I think it's accurate. In the next 5 years, Bitcoin is going to outperform everything, including real estate, Forex, precious metals, and stocks. So make sure that you're not missing out on this opportunity, and make sure to invest in your education. It's the best investment you will ever make.
I love it. They're not making any more land. They're not making any more Bitcoin.
That's right. Absolutely.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much, Austin. Peace.